Hello everyone. In this training session, we will cover setting up payroll cost distribution in the system. Let's begin by understanding the process flow. You initiate the process by accessing the payroll cost distribution screen, where a new record can be created. It is essential to complete all required fields, and once the information is entered, the record must be saved. This marks the completion of the setup. First, ensure that the organization, departments, and cost center are defined. To continue, navigate to the HR Management folder, go to salary.io, and then click on Payroll Cost Distribution Setup to proceed. Select the organization from the drop-down as a star. Make the checkbox true if the setting is required based on the cost center or department. Finally, save the record. Now, let's switch to the system and walk through each step to understand the configuration in action. To start the configuration session, you will see the login screen. You will enter your username and password, and then click on the Login button. Upon successful login, the home screen will appear with some useful default widgets and charts. To access the screen, navigate to HR Management, then salary.io, and then Payroll Cost Distribution Setup. This screen helps define how payroll costs are distributed across organizational dimensions like cost centers or departments. To begin, for the organization drop-down, start by selecting the appropriate organization from the drop-down list. This ensures the cost distribution setup applies to that selected organization. If you choose the star option, the configuration becomes global, applying to all organizations. For the cost center checkbox, enable it if you want payroll costs to be distributed based on the cost center. Each employee is assumed to fall under one cost center, and the payroll cost will be consolidated under that assigned center. When the payroll expense invoice is generated, the system uses this setup to post values in the ledger cost center-wise. For the department checkbox, click it if you want the payroll cost to be categorized department-wise. At the time of invoice posting, the amount will be summed up and classified department-wise in the ledger. Here, we are marking the department checkbox as true. Once your selections are complete, click the Save button to apply the setup. This is how you configure the payroll cost distribution screen. Ensure cost centers and departments are already defined in the system so the payroll expense can be posted correctly in the ledger. This concludes our session. Thank you for attending.